So the trick to creating five-sided surfaces in CAD of any kind, not just SOLIDWORKS, is to use four-sided surfaces to construct what a five-sided surface, ultimately wants to be. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4 will be the bottom, and 5 will be the side. And what I'm going to do is make one surface that comes straight down. That's going to create my, my side here. I'll trim that back, and then I'll be left with only four sides from which to create this final swept surface. Now, once again, you're going to want to watch me go through this once before it'll make sense, but I think it's going to make sense once you see me do it. So let's go to our planes here first of all, and I'm going to grab the back face plane and do a little sketcheroo on that guy. I'm going to grab my line tool and create a line that is not vertical or horizontal, just to make life a little easier for myself. I want actually for it to be parallel to this line. So let's set that to be parallel to my outermost edge of my fretboard. And I want it to be the same length as this cut. So I'm going to use my first sketch as a reference. Set that to be horizontal. And same thing on the other side. Let's set this to be horizontal as well. There we go. And I need this to be just inside of this top surface. You'll see what I mean. Let me create a dimension from here to here, the outermost edge of the fretboard to there. We'll make that maybe, I don't know, 4 millimeters just as a starting point. You see, we'll end up with a curve down here that basically matches this edge, right? It's the same length as this edge. It's just pushed in a little bit further. And the reason for that is, so now let's hide this plane so it's not in our way. And in fact, we could hide a lot of these other sketches just because they're visually distracting for the moment. So we're just left with the stuff we're working on here. All right, and now let's grab our loft tool, because this is a really simple surface. We don't need a boundary surface. That would be more complicated than we need. Create a simple loft between those two. And then importantly, on the start and end constraints, I want to set the start constraint to be tangency to face, so that we're tangent to this neck face, coming straight on down. Click OK, and we're left with one surface. Now that might seem a little bit cryptic, but here, let's make some sense of that. We actually need to trim this back now. Let's go to the right plane and create a sketch. Okay, and I'm going to create a spline here, from here to here-ish, 2-point spline. On the one side, I'm going to make it coincident with this vertex, this innermost corner of that crazy sketch that we did. I'm going to grab my direction vector handle here and make this guy collinear with the top edge of this, something like so. And also, we're going to need that other sketch back. Let's find the one that defines the back of our body. There it is. Show that. So we need this to be collinear with that, or coincident anyway. Perfect. And then we want to define how far this is from this edge, basically. And this edge happens to be in the same place as this. So let's do a dimension from here to here. Say we want that to be 3 millimeters. We don't need much, just a little bit of something to hold on to. Let me go to this side so you can see a little bit better, or just rotate around here. So we're trying to make a curve that kind of mirrors this one a little bit. It's going to be very similar. We're just going to pull this out until we think we've got a curve that's pretty similar. And I'm going to make this to be just, I think horizontal is what I want. So we can just adjust that magnitude until the curve looks like it's sympathetic to the other curve. These should just look pretty similar. Okay. And now, with this new curve selected, I'll run my trim tool. It's automatically going to put it in the trim tool box here. Then I'll just click the part of the surface I want to keep, which is this one little sliver right over here. Click OK. And now we are left with a four-sided surface. 1, 2, the bottom will be 3, and this side will be 4. Nice and clean like.